Awesome, where LeBron is arguing with the refs and it's on the game broadcast, and then it just cuts to Caitlin Clark just working away. Snap, snap, you're doing great, sweetie.
Something significant has shifted within the WNBA, and it could directly impact Caitlin Clark this season. A massive and highly misleading public relations narrative is currently circulating throughout mainstream sports media, and they are completely misreading what may be the most brilliant corporate brand expansion of the year. They see Caitlin Clark sitting courtside at an NBA game holding a professional camera and treat it like a cute hobby, a harmless off-season side project, something fun she's doing while recovering from a long season. But that interpretation misses the bigger picture entirely. This wasn't casual, accidental, or meaningless. It was strategic. From a business and branding perspective, that appearance looked far more like calculated corporate networking than a simple photography interest. You don't just casually walk onto the baseline of an NBA game. That area is one of the most restricted and exclusive spaces in professional sports, typically reserved for major media figures, team executives, sponsors, and high-profile celebrities. The fact that the Indiana Pacers organization provided her with official credentials and a premium baseline position suggests that her presence carried business value. In modern sports, visibility, branding, media access, and cross-league relationships are all part of the larger economic ecosystem, and moments like this can increase an athlete's personal brand value, media leverage, and long-term earning power far beyond their league salary. In that context, what looked like a simple courtside appearance may actually represent something much bigger: the growing influence of individual athlete brands in the global basketball economy, where visibility, media presence, and corporate relationships can be just as powerful as performance on the court.
Caitlin Clark was the celebrity photographer at Lakers Pacers in Indy last night. They gave her a credential, they gave her the official vest, they gave her this little chair to sit on the baseline, and I would love to know Caitlin Clark's thoughts on how uncomfortable it is to sit
Listen carefully to the tone of that media reaction and analyze her physical positioning with the precision of a marketing executive rather than a sports fan. She intentionally bypassed the traditional, highly controlled WNBA public relations structure and refused to sit in a private VIP suite hidden away from cameras and media attention. Instead, she positioned herself directly in the center of the NBA media environment, where cameras, photographers, broadcasters, and social media coverage are most concentrated. Without even wearing a basketball uniform, she commanded a massive share of the global attention economy simply through her presence and positioning. Even more revealing were the specific subjects she chose to photograph. She didn't aim her camera at role players, coaches, or casual moments. She deliberately focused on the biggest and most valuable personal brand in modern basketball, capturing LeBron James in the middle of an intense, competitive game moment. She then posted a black and white image to her enormous and highly engaged audience and captioned it with a short but powerful statement: "The king shot by me," a caption that carried confidence, authority, and clear brand awareness.
Showed the pictures that she took of LeBron James. She said, "The king shot by me." And these pictures are great. The composition, they're focused, the lighting is excellent within them as well. All of the look at this nice black and white.
Listen to the sheer corporate magnitude of that specific social media moment and really understand the brand strategy behind it. By photographing LeBron James and posting it to her massive audience, she was publicly aligning her personal brand with one of the most powerful athletes and business figures in sports. LeBron represents a multi-billion-dollar marketing empire, especially through Nike, and at the same time Caitlin Clark is preparing for what could be one of the most anticipated signature shoe launches in women's basketball history. That makes this moment look far less like a random photo and much more like calculated brand positioning. By placing herself in the NBA media environment and creating viral content from that space, she is essentially using the visibility and global reach of the NBA to increase her own brand value and relevance during the WNBA offseason. It sends a message that her influence and marketability extend beyond her own league, and that she can generate attention, media coverage, and brand engagement independently. When you contrast this with how many veteran players spend their off-season, podcasts, interviews, social media debates, and discussions about league policies and contracts, the difference in strategy becomes clear. One approach is media discussion and commentary, while the other is brand expansion through visibility, networking, and association with major sports and corporate figures. This difference in visibility and market leverage is likely what creates tension within leagues when a single player's brand becomes larger than the league's traditional marketing structure. It also explains why moments like a simple courtside appearance with professional camera can turn into major media events. Because in modern sports, attention, branding, and audience engagement often translate directly into financial value and influence. Even the camera equipment she was using contributes to the perception that this was not just a casual hobby. Using professional-level photography gear, especially long telephoto lenses typically used by sport photographers, signaled preparation, seriousness, and intent. Whether the goal was content creation, brand building, networking, or simply personal interest, the overall image created was that of an athlete expanding her brand into media, content production, and global sports culture, not just remaining confined to basketball court.
That when you're that famous, like you have pictures of yourself framed, not in an ego way, just in a I respect myself as you should kind of way. But it was so funny. The Fever's photographer, her name is Bree. I forget what her last name is, but she takes great pictures, and she has a great TikTok account.
In that interaction, there was a clear display of confidence and expectation that went beyond a casual moment. When the Indiana Fever's official team photographer joked about how difficult it is to handle such a professional lens, Caitlin Clark responded immediately with confidence, saying, "Don't doubt me. Wait till you see the product." She then followed through by delivering sharp, well-composed, professional quality images. There were no excuses or signs of hesitation, just execution. This reflects a mindset often associated with elite athletes, a refusal to settle for average and a drive to perform at a high level in whatever they pursue, whether on the court or off it. This same mentality helps explain why her influence extends beyond basketball. In today's sports landscape, athletes can build personal brands that operate across media, content creation, and business ventures. While it's an exaggeration to say she could simply step away from basketball and surpass major league events in engagement, it's fair to say her visibility and marketability give her opportunities beyond the game itself. Moments like these reinforce the idea that modern athletes are not limited to their sport. They can also become content creators, brand ambassadors, and media figures with independent influence. Ultimately, what stands out is not just a moment itself, but what it represents. A growing shift where an athlete's identity, confidence, and ability to deliver results can translate across multiple domains.
And he paused and he was like, "A photographer?" And they were like, the WNBA player. He's like, "Oh yeah, I didn't really know. I know she was there taking pictures. I love her game and respect her game and all that." But Luke was in the middle of a game. We're all just like, "Oh, hee hee ha."
In that media exchange, what stood out most was the level of peer recognition and respect being discussed. When Luka Doncic was asked about Caitlin Clark, there was a brief moment of hesitation, likely because the context was unusual, a star player being mentioned in the role of a photographer rather than an athlete. But once he recognized the name, the tone shifted to clear respect, and he acknowledged that he watches her games and respects her basketball ability. Moments like that matter because recognition from elite players often carries weight in the sports world. It signals that performance and skill are being noticed at the highest level of competition. Peer validation like this can elevate a player's reputation, visibility, and marketability, especially when it comes from established global stars. This growing media attention and brand visibility can also influence league dynamics, especially during free agency and team building. When a player brings massive media attention, sponsorship opportunities, and fan engagement, teams and players may factor that into decisions about where to play, who to team up with, and what opportunities exist off the court. In modern sports, business, branding, media, and performance are all connected, and players with large audiences can influence ticket sales, sponsorships, and overall team visibility. This creates a new kind of economic reality in professional sports where individual brands can sometimes become almost as influential as teams or leagues themselves. Ultimately, the larger point is that the business of sports is changing. Individual athletes are becoming media platforms, brands, and business entities on their own, not just players on a roster. Visibility, networking, endorsements, and audience engagement now play a major role in career influence and financial opportunities. Whether people agree with it or not, the modern sports economy increasingly rewards attention, branding, and marketability alongside performance on the court, and players who understand this landscape tend to have the most influence both during and after their playing careers.